Yeah, JD, and of course this is a day that everybody remembers where they were at this time of day 13 years ago. Let's take a live look in at what's going on now in Lower Manhattan, as we've seen every year since this terror attack. The victims' family members reading the names so we don't forget those who lost their lives, not only here in New York City, what you're looking at right there, also in Washington, D.C. and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and of course the other members of our military that have lost their lives trying to protect our freedom around the world. In less than 30 minutes, President Obama, Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel, and others will honor those who died at the Pentagon 13 years ago today. Now we turn our attention to the new war on terror. President Obama has now unveiled a more detailed plan to destroy and degrade Islamic militants in the Middle East. And for the first time, he authorized airstrikes in Syria.
Now let's make two things clear. ISIL is not Islamic. No religion condones the killing of innocents. And the vast majority of ISIL's victims have been Muslim. ISIL is a terrorist organization, pure and simple. And it has no vision other than the slaughter of all who stand in its way.
Well, the president also stressed that American leadership is the one constant in this uncertain world. He also announced a new deployment of 475 more military advisors to Iraq. But again, he promised these forces will not have a combat mission, and the U.S. will not be dragged into another ground war in Iraq. Now, for the latest on the Ray Rice domestic abuse scandal, the NFL has now hired former FBI Director Robert Mueller to investigate the way they've handled the evidence, including that surveillance video. This comes after a report from the Associated Press that an NFL executive had a copy of that videotape of Ray Rice knocking out his then-fiancée all the way back in April. Just yesterday, Commissioner Roger Goodell told CBS News that no one from the league had seen that tape until this week. After the video surfaced, of course, the NFL has fired Ray Rice. They've also suspended him from the league, and his team has cut him. Right now, we're going to turn our attention back to Ferguson, Missouri. Today, a major interstate is open again after a protest yesterday near the neighborhood where 18-year-old Michael Brown was shot and killed by a police officer. This planned rush-hour traffic shutdown fell through, though, when police in riot gear blocked them from walking onto the interstate. More than 200 officers stopped about 100 protesters from reaching the highway. A total of about 25 people have been arrested. And in South Africa today, Oscar Pistorius, the verdict hearing has been adjourned for the day. But just a few moments ago, the judge ruled that Oscar Pistorius is not guilty of murdering his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp. The judge says a lesser charge of culpable homicide is more appropriate, but there has been no definitive ruling yet. The Olympic athlete did kill Steenkamp at his home on Valentine's Day of 2013. He's admitted to firing a gun through a closed bathroom door, and he has told the court that he thought he was shooting an intruder. The judge can still exonerate Pistorius if she believes he shot his girlfriend by mistake. And a little change of pace now, and pay close attention to this. A bat flies in unexpectedly during a local TV morning show in Tennessee. The bat appears to pester the anchors on purpose, who understandably lose control. The station employees finally caught this bat and released it into the woods.